While Giorgia Meloni presents herself as the fierce defender of traditional values, family life, and political integrity, whispers suggest another side of her existence, one she would never put on a campaign poster. Behind the rigid speeches and fiery political image, there lies a world of glamour, wealth, and indulgence that most Italians, and indeed most of the world, never get to see. This is the hidden luxury life of Giorgia Meloni, carefully tucked away from the cameras, away from Parliament, and away from the eyes of her critics. Imagine for a moment a politician who preaches modesty and sacrifice, yet quietly enjoys a lifestyle more in line with movie stars and aristocrats. Giorgia Meloni has built her brand on being relatable, tough, and grounded. But what if that isn't the full story? Today, we'll peel back the curtain to explore the lavish mansions, secret getaways, luxury fashion, and indulgent routines that paint a very different picture of Italy's most powerful woman. And as you'll see, the contrast is shocking. Before diving in, let me ask you, do you think a leader can live a life of pure luxury while still claiming to represent ordinary people? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious to see if you think this double life is forgivable, or a scandal waiting to explode. The carefully guarded residences. Officially, Giorgia Meloni is known to reside in a modest Roman apartment, a detail often highlighted to contrast her from the more ostentatious Italian elites. But insiders whisper about other properties, exclusive villas tucked into the rolling Tuscan countryside, and a rumored seaside retreat on the Amalfi coast. These homes are not listed publicly, but luxury real estate insiders claim they are outfitted with infinity pools, panoramic terraces, and imported marble interiors. One particular story tells of a hilltop estate outside Florence, complete with private vineyards and olive groves. While she publicly insists on humble roots, staff members in the luxury property business hint that this villa has hosted private gatherings far away from the political spotlight. She calls it her escape, one source said, hinting that this is where she finds sanctuary from the grind of public life. The secret island getaways. Even more intriguing are the tales of her island retreats. Italy's elite have long favored the secluded beauty of Sardinia and Capri, and Meloni is no exception. Reports suggest she has access to an exclusive property in Sardinia, hidden from public view, reachable only by private yacht or helicopter. Neighbors, billionaires, movie stars, and global power players. This supposed villa is said to have a private cove where she can swim undisturbed, guarded by discreet security teams. For a woman who claims her greatest joy is simplicity, it's quite the contradiction. If true, it places her firmly within the orbit of Europe's wealthiest circles. The luxury wardrobe, on the surface, Giorgia Meloni's wardrobe appears simple and functional, a deliberate choice to reinforce her every woman image. Yet fashion insiders point to an entirely different collection that she rarely reveals to cameras. Private shopping appointments in Milan and Paris, couture dresses reserved for unpublicized soirees, and accessories from luxury houses like Hermès and Cartier are said to be part of her closet. One striking rumor even claims she keeps a rotation of rare Italian leather handbags, each valued at more than 20,000 euros, hidden from the public eye. For her, it's less about flaunting wealth and more about enjoying it behind closed doors, where no camera can expose her choices. Wealth sources beyond politics. Of course, the obvious question arises, where does all this wealth come from? As Prime Minister, her official salary is generous by Italian standards, but nowhere near enough to sustain multiple estates and high-end luxuries. That's where the theories begin. Some believe her connections within Italian business and old political networks provide financial support. Others point to her family ties and discreet investments in media, property, and even offshore accounts. While unproven, these theories help explain how a supposedly modest politician could afford a life many billionaires would envy. And here's where it gets fascinating. If Giorgia Meloni has gone to such lengths to shield this lifestyle, what other secrets might she be hiding? Her discreet financial maneuvers are only the beginning, and the deeper you look, the more questions arise. Stay with me, because in the next part, we'll explore her luxury travel habit, her rumored connections with global elites, and the scandals quietly whispered about in high society circles. And trust me, the revelations only get more shocking from here. If the hidden villas and secret wardrobes weren't enough to spark curiosity, Giorgia Meloni's travel habits push the story to an entirely new level. For someone who speaks openly about serving the people and rejecting extravagance, she certainly seems to enjoy the perks of private travel, jet-set lifestyle. On record, she often boards commercial flights like any ordinary politician. But quietly, whispers suggest that private jets are her real choice when it comes to vacations and unofficial trips. Aircraft spotters claim to have seen her boarding discreet charters from Rome's Ciampino airport, often at night, bound for destinations that never make it into her official calendar. These flights reportedly take her not only across Italy, but to exclusive playgrounds of the rich and powerful, Monaco, Geneva, and occasionally even Dubai. Imagine the irony, a leader rallying against globalization and elite excess, yet quietly sipping champagne thousands of feet above the Mediterranean, far removed from the ordinary citizens she represents. High society circle. Of course, one does not live such a lifestyle in isolation. Insiders claim Meloni has developed ties with Europe's old aristocratic families and global billionaires who admire her rise to power. In private gatherings, she is rumored to mingle with the heirs of Italian dynasties, discreetly attending banquets in 16th-century palaces or closed-door parties on yachts anchored off Capri. These encounters raise questions. Are they mere social indulgences, or do they influence her political choices? While there is no proof of policy being shaped over luxury dinners, possibility alone paints a picture of a politician deeply enmeshed in the very world she publicly distances herself from. Gourmet indulgences. Luxury isn't just about travel and property. It's also about taste. Sources claim that Meloni has a penchant for fine dining, and chefs in Milan and Rome whisper about her private visits to Michelin-starred restaurants. These are no ordinary meal. Truffle-topped pasta, rare vintages from Tuscan vineyards, and seafood flown in from across the Mediterranean. One story even describes a hidden wine cellar stocked with bottles worth more than 50,000 euros each. For a leader who champions modest living, this kind of indulgence seems worlds away from the image she projects. The double life. This is where the contradictions become impossible to ignore. Publicly, Giorgia Meloni remains the voice of the people, grounded, relatable, and unshaken by the temptations of wealth. Privately, if these accounts are true, she has carefully built a parallel world of privilege and comfort, a world where security guards keep watch, chefs prepare world-class meals, and yachts carry her to sun-drenched islands. The duality is striking. On one hand, a symbol of national unity and conservative values. On the other, a woman enjoying the very trappings of power and money she warns against. It's a balancing act few could manage, and fewer still could keep hidden for long. Scandals in the shadows. With such a secret life come whispers of scandal. Critics suggest that some of her luxuries might be funded not just through family wealth or discreet investments, but through favors and arrangements within Italy's powerful business networks. Could contracts, policies, or alliances be influenced by these private indulgences? Again, there is no smoking gun, but the speculation alone fuels a sense of mystery. Every unexplained vacation, every discreet purchase, every quiet party behind closed doors adds to the myth of Giorgia Meloni's hidden fortune. The bigger picture. What does this mean for the public? For some, it may not matter. Politicians around the world have long balanced personal wealth with public service, and Meloni might simply be another example of power leading to privilege. But for others, this hidden luxury life represents a betrayal, a leader who claims to be one of the people, while secretly living like royalty. So, what do you think? Is Giorgia Meloni simply enjoying the perks that come with her position? Or does this lifestyle reveal a deeper hypocrisy? Comment below. Do you believe a politician can truly represent ordinary citizens while living like the global elite? And if you found this peek into Meloni's hidden world eye-opening, be sure to subscribe for more untold stories of the powerful. Because behind every public image, there's a private reality waiting to be uncovered, and some are far more luxurious than you'd ever imagine.